Hello everyone, welcome to Top Thrilling Facts. Today we're diving deep into some intriguing myths that have shaped how we see the world. From dinosaurs to the 5-second food rule, and from the Spartans' famous last stand to spicy foods, today's video will challenge everything you thought you knew. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for some jaw-dropping revelations. If you're a fan of Jurassic movies, this might come as a bit of a letdown. The Velociraptors you've come to know are mostly fictional. Hollywood has recreated these dinosaurs as fierce and towering beasts, but the reality is much smaller and feathered. In movies, Velociraptors are depicted as giant, agile creatures about 2 meters tall and weighing up to 80 kilos. But in reality, they were only about half a meter tall and roughly the size of a large turkey. Rather than scaly skin, real Velociraptors had feathers and even wings. Although they couldn't fly, their anatomy reveals a fascinating bird-like heritage. The term Velociraptor is Latin for swift Caesar, but Hollywood has blown their characteristics out of proportion. The reality? Velociraptors were much more like birds of prey, hunting smaller animals. So next time you watch Jurassic movies, remember, the real Velociraptors were a lot more fluffy and less menacing than Hollywood would have you believe. We've all heard of the 5-second rule, that food dropped on the ground is safe to eat if picked up within 5 seconds. But is there any truth to this rule, or is it just wishful thinking? Science has debunked this myth. Bacteria can attach to food immediately upon contact with a surface. Studies have shown that the amount of bacteria depends more on the type of surface and the moisture level of the food, rather than how long it was on the ground. In other words, that quick 5-second pickup won't save your snack from bacteria. Instead of relying on the 5-second rule, focus on the cleanliness of the surface and the food's moisture level. Sticky or wet foods attract more bacteria than dry foods, so consider this before you dive back into a fallen treat. The 5-second rule? Myth busted. It's best to be cautious and skip that dropped snack if it's been on the floor, especially on surfaces that aren't exactly spotless. The 2006 movie 300 portrays the Spartans as lone heroes standing against an immense Persian army. The visual spectacle is unforgettable, but how close is it to reality? In the movie, 300 Spartans, led by King Leonidas, bravely faced the massive Persian forces at Thermopylae. Depicted as noble warriors wearing minimal armor, they seem to be the only ones defending Greece from Persian domination. Historically, the Spartans were far from alone. They were joined by around 7,000 Greek soldiers from various city-states, all united in their stand against the Persian Empire. These allies played a vital role, and without them, the battle would have ended much sooner. Spartans were also fully armored, contrary to the shirtless, bare-chested warriors shown on screen. The real Spartans were equipped with bronze armor, shields, and helmets. The Battle of Thermopylae was a heroic stand, but the actual story is a bit different from the Hollywood version. The Spartans were indeed brave, but they weren't alone, and the Persian army wasn't the unstoppable force that movies depict. People believed that eating spicy foods could cause stomach ulcers. It seemed logical. Spicy foods can cause discomfort after all. But is this belief rooted in science? Modern studies have shown that stomach ulcers are primarily caused by a bacterium called Helicobacter pylori, not by spicy foods. While spicy food can aggravate an existing ulcer, it's not the root cause. Next time you hear someone blame spicy food for ulcers, remember that science says otherwise. Proper hygiene and avoiding H. pylori bacteria are what's most important for stomach health. It's a popular survival tip. If a shark is approaching, aim a punch at its nose to deter it. But is this sound advice? The shark's nose is indeed sensitive, but aiming for it accurately in the water can be difficult. Experts recommend targeting the eyes or gills instead, as these areas are more vulnerable and easier to reach in a tense situation. In reality, shark attacks are extremely rare. You're more likely to be struck by lightning than attacked by a shark. But if you ever face one, remember to go for the eyes or gills, not the nose. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about these myths and truths, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to keep up with top thrilling facts. Let us know in the comments which myth surprised you the most, and we'll see you in the next video.